Here, students, when for the first time you open SolidWorks, you may end up getting this menu here, and you have this is new in 2020. It's kind of explain about the SolidWorks in the 3D experience. You can go over it. You can go and get started here. I suggest you just go here and say don't show this page anymore, or if you want, you just leave it as it is, so it works there. Let me go back again. I just want to show you one thing. I started again the SolidWorks because I didn't pick the correct drawing. It will take a few seconds to come up, and this only happens for the first time. After that, you don't need to follow it. So you have this menu. So I suggest you go to Advanced. You click on Advanced. And in Advanced, you have three options: Part, Assembly, Drawing. Part is used for creating parts. Assembly used for assembling parts already created, and the Drawing option is for 2D drawings. I'm in Part and say OK. It opens the first menu that you will see in SolidWorks with all the options here. So this is the menu, and I suggest do not change the SolidWorks menu. It's the best setup here. If by mistakes you did that, you have to get back to the initial setup. I like to start with going to Option, this setup and Option. And few things I want you set up here. One is called Display. You go to Display, and maybe yours is as visible. These are the tangent line and edges. You go Remove. Be cognizant about the location. All the parts in SolidWorks, they have different locations. Depends on, like this is on template only, document template. There are hundreds of other sets of files that you have to know where they are. We get that later on. So this is okay. And then I go to here and I go to the document properties to unit. So there's quite a few sets of units. You can have meter, kilogram, seconds. You can have centimeter, gram, seconds. You can have millimeter, gram, seconds, or you can have inch, pound, second, which is the British unit. How do I know where I am? Also underneath here, you can see that it says here mmgs, millimeter, gram, seconds. What if I want to use the other units? That's quite an easy way to do it. But I want to create a template. And in that template, I set up everything the way I want, and I don't need to, every time I open SolidWorks, I create those changes. So even later on, you work in a company, maybe you want to have your logo somewhere, or the company's logo. You can do that in one template, and from that moment, you only use the template. I'm in mmgs. You can go also to the dimensions here. It tells you, like, for example, if you want to change the size. Let's say if I want to create something that's too small, the writing, I can simply go and change it here. For example, go lower here, so we can see the size can be changed. The writing can be changed, like this writing, as well as where is the location. Is it at the bottom? Is it in the top, left, right? We will talk about it in a bit, but at this stage, I think we are good to have. You can change the font. Obviously, can make it larger, smaller. I usually don't use 12; it's too small. I use maybe 16. That would be better. We can do that later on. I'm not going to change anything here, except I was in a unit and I change it to millimeter. Okay, so I'm not going to do any drawing. All I do, I go here, save as, and I'm gonna save it as right here, a template. And part templates, it's right here. You go to the part template, save it as a part template, and I call this one part mm or millimeter. Finished, done. I'm gonna go back here and do one more time, and this time I do it for inch. So I go here to the same thing, displays all done. I go to document, I go to unit, and again you can change as much as you want, the way that you want. I go to the pound, okay, and I'm gonna save this again one more time, save as, and in this case part templates right here, and I call it part inch. Okay, it's done. And now when I get out and come back, I should get three parts. One is part normal one that it was before, one is part millimeter, and one is part inch. Let me just show you that. I'm going to get out from here, and I'm going to go back again to SolidWorks, and you will see those three. Leave the part for customized parts, and you using depends on the situation, millimeter or inch. So this is actually very important, because sometimes you're drawing something, and you can see now I go again to advance, and you can see now we have the previous part. We used to have these three, now we have millimeter and inch. We know that this millimeter is the unit is millimeter, and this one a unit is the inch. So I'm gonna pick the part millimeter, and for the sake of argument I'm gonna go down here, and I go here, don't show this anymore next time. Now I'm in a part, and there are three planes that you can draw. Just for argument, I'm gonna pick the top plane, and I'm gonna go in this sketch right away, make it perpendicular. I will go and make a circle here. That's it. There's another new option here we have, so it actually make the circle any shape that it is the close contour. You make it shaded. If I want to make it on and do like this. So let's say it's done, and I'm gonna go save that again as a part template, right here, and I just call it part test. Close it. I'm gonna go back here, make a new, go to advance. So now I add another part here, part test. Guess what will happen if I open the part test? The circle is here. So if you ever want to start from a point, and there are lots of things has to be done, so you make whatever need to be done up to that point and save it as a template, so you don't have to restart that. Often you need a blank sheet. For that reason, therefore, I don't need this. I'm just going to go here, delete it, and when I save it here as a part template, as a test, when I open the part again, part test, it would be nothing on it. It would be a blank. Bear in mind, I don't want to make so many of them here, so I go here to the template. You see I have all these ones. I don't need this test. All I do, I go here and I delete it if I can here. So because I'm already opening it, I can't delete it, but the position, the location is here. So you are in SolidWorks. Let me go back all the way. So you C drive, program data, SolidWorks. In this case, mine is 2019. That's okay, and the template. So I can go and simply delete it. There I go here. You go to SolidWorks, C, program data. Okay. Now, one thing about program data is hidden. If you want to get the program data, so you have to go to folder option. So let me see, we have control panel. So you go to control panel, you go to just type folder option, and view, and then you go here, show hidden file and folder. Usually you don't have to play with the program data, but now you can see the program data came and it looks like a little kind of semi-transparent icon. So let me go here. Look for SolidWorks right here. I have 2019 and 20, doesn't matter. In my case, 2019 template. You see, I have all those. If I want to delete, for example, I have to get out from here, obviously. If I want to delete it, it would delete it. And here I have only the part, millimeter, and the other one. If I want to also delete the part, because I only need either inch or I need the millimeter, I can, or I can change the name to part custom. Part custom. And now when I have done this, when I go back here, so when I want to open a file, open new, file custom, and the other one. So that's pretty important to have to do it. Let's just open again another part millimeter. So it's important also to be able to change these menus if you need that. This menu here, which I can right click on it, so it's called the command manager. So command manager. So let's go customize it. You can have many of these options in the command manager. There are literally about maybe 15,000-20,000 of them, so we don't want to get to all of these. But the most important part is, you see, if you have all of them here. So here what we have, you go to a tab, and in this particular case I have whatever is checked in here, feature, sketch, and so on, they're all there. So all of these are here. I don't think you need all of them, so it makes it a little confusing. For example, simulation, I don't know whether you need or not, or perhaps the cam, so you're not machining something. You can leave it here, or you can add or remove. Like for example, if you go to a tab, if I don't need the cam, I just go here and remove the cam, and I remove the other cam as well. So right click, toolbars, tabs, and I remove this. I also like to maybe remove analysis. Instead, I like to have weldment here, and do we have surface here? Yes, as well as sheet metal. So these are the parts that you will need. Again, go to sheet metal, right there. If later on you want to use rendering, also you can go and bring the rendering here, the rendering tool, which is right here. So this is basically what you need. Mostly use feature and use sketch, these two. Surface we talk about, development, evaluate we will talk about maybe later on. You can right click on this, same thing here. You can customize the menus you want, whatever menus you want to add a feature, you want to add a command here, any of these you want, you can just click and drag it to this side. But I suggest don't kind of cloud this, because it's going to be more difficult to find what you need to find. As far as this menus, this is also good. At this stage, I don't recommend you change things because it makes it more complex. I think this is very enhanced. So now some people try to again move these things around. It makes it a little difficult to bring it to the original situation and original reset. Anytime you want to do so, you can just go here and by mistake, if you click on this one here, obviously you lost the menu. You have to bring it back. So this menu is very much needed. And like now in the toolbar, you could also add, for example, if you want to add blocks, this is not a bad idea. Blocks can be shown here. So right now, you don't need the block maybe now yet. So you could add it here. So you have the motion manager, you have the view, and then you have the task pan. These are enough. I would let you guys practice on this a little bit, creating your own part template. You can give your own name. Later on in the class, when I say, now want to create a part in inch, all you need to do, you find the inch. You don't need to go to the custom one and open the option, and then from the option go to property of document, and then you go to unit. It makes it more time consuming. Time is a very important. When you're drawing something, you have to make sure that you're running against time all the time. You have to do it fast to get familiar. It's almost like driving. You don't want to drive like 20 kilometers an hour. You have to be with the proper speed. For that, you have to eliminate all those steps that are unnecessary when you are creating a part. I stop here and I let you kind of test drive it for a little bit to feel comfortable creating all these parts that I did. So just to make sure we are clear, so we changed the name of the part that we have to part custom. Then we made one part inch and one part millimeter. Don't forget also we went and changed the display and removed the tangent line. If there are other changes you need to do, you could later on. And then now you have 5. Mostly we use these 4. We can also look at it in different ways. I like always this. You can always use tutorial, or if you want like this way, it's okay, but I mean it's not as crisp as the other one. So I always go here to see all the templates I've created. So I stop here and let you guys get your feet wet.